We're at the New York Comic Con and we're investigating how the new economy is affecting the comic industry.
The New York Comic Con ran February 6th through the 8th at the Javits Center in New York City. The economy has hit supervillains especially hard. Even Star Wars bounty hunter Boba Fett has been forced to busk for change.
The New York Comic Con is the first big Comic Con to roll out of the year, and this one will determine how all the rest will be attended.
Lines began early at New York Comic Con. The show begins at 10 a.m. It's now about 9:45, and these are just the professionals that will be in from 10 to 1, lined up to get into the convention. Looks like it'll be a slow start for the professionals today, as things seem to be backed up. But clearly the economy has not stopped the massive crowds on Saturday afternoon here at the New York Comic Con. Look at the amount of people that are here. Incredible. New York Comic Con guest of honor and ComicologyTV regular Michael Uslan sat down with us to talk about his Living Legends archival footage project and the state of the industry. Okay. You can talk to anybody you want, man. Well,
This is like filming a sitcom.
Make these guys move around. Listen, you should see some of the interviews. They are. That's where we're pushing the show. Info, more tainment than info at this point.
Well, we are approaching the 40-hour mark in terms of the amount of footage we have from people who were the artists and the writers and the editors of the golden age of comics to the silver age of comics. Right. And it's so apropos this weekend here in New York, because it's not only the 45th anniversary of the first comic book convention ever held, which was New York City. It's not only the fact it's the 70th year of Marvel or the 70th year of Batman.
Right.
But everybody seems to have forgotten 75 years ago this week, Max Gaines put a 10-cent price sticker on these little booklets and put them out at newsstands, and they sold, and we had the official version of the comic book.
Was that the Famous Funnies? Famous
Funnies. Yeah, the one with the first one with the 10-cent sticker, not the premium giveaway.
Right, yeah.
75 years ago this week.
And those sold out like that?
They sold out I think Monday morning he came back and everything had sold out.
Amazing.
And he knew this was a business.
Well, so you see a future in the comic industry. Clearly, it's been 75 years, so.
I see a future in it. It may not be exactly in the same form.
Where do you see it going?
I see it going heavily to trade paperbacks and hardback books. I see them going to manga formats. I see them going to new types of electronic formats, moving comic books, iPod stuff. Look, I know Marvel is getting everything it has ready for the internet.
Yeah.
From 1939 all the way up.
Yeah.
I'm sure DC is doing the same.
It's up, it's on.
It's got to be, because this is more than my generation's need to collect, to put on display, to hold in my hands and have the tactile experience of reading a comic book and savoring a comic book. For this generation, I think it's got to be out there in the internet. And it's got to be out there through all of the new delivery systems, the same way our movies are.
Right.
We're making movies now, and it's at a point where, except for, I'd like you to see the next Batman movie on a really big screen, and hopefully in IMAX, and maybe even in 3D, God knows, whatever the next thing is going to be.
Yeah.
But
that's the big thing right now.
3D, but we're still making it so it doesn't matter if you get your movies in theaters, or you're first online at the DVD store, or you're getting it through Netflix, or on your iPod, or on your cellular telephone, or your computer. Whatever your delivery system is, we deliver to you. And you can read it and you can watch it any way you want. Well, comics have to do that.
Yeah, because I heard Warner Brothers basically is saying, look, we can deliver the exact same quality of content over the internet that we can on a Blu-ray disc. You know?
The times they are changing.
Yeah,
somebody's smart.
Don't drink Red Bull while you're filming with a flip video for ComicologyTV, because then it'll look like this.
I think you need more beverages in your hand.
I am getting caffeined up. Ready for the New York Comic Con with the Red Bull girls.
Yeah.
Well, at least one Red Bull girl.
Okay, check it out. Music videos. There's a cartoon of the Great Cat playing the Fly the Moldy. It's amazing. The Great Cat is the fastest guitarist in the world. I'm a Juilliard graduate violin virtuoso, guitar virtuoso, taking authentic classical music and shredding on guitar. taking it to the 21st century and letting all the kids know out there that the gray cat is gone. What's your first question?
I have no questions.
Okay, guess
You've
what?
explained it all. The Great Cat, ladies and
Let me tell
gentlemen.
you what-
Two major comic book publishers, Marvel and DC, have unveiled two radically different approaches to the current recession. DC continued its tradition of plentiful convention giveaways, including free comics, buttons, and posters, promoting both their current comics and the upcoming Watchmen movie, opening March 6th. DC also announced that all upcoming #1 issues of their mature Vertigo Comics line will be priced at only $1 and intend to keep the current cover price of regular comics at $2.99. DC Direct's design director Jim Fletcher told us that while DC has no current plans to reduce the amount of collectible product they're releasing, they do intend to maintain current quality and pricing levels. Marvel Comics announced plans to raise prices by $1 on new titles and all event comics, effectively charging $3.99 and up for their comics. Maybe this strategy is part of Marvel's push to drive fans to their internet content, as they also announced a Spider-Woman motion comic available for the first time on the internet at iTunes, and later in a printed comic book version. Archie Comics, meanwhile, still the lowest priced monthly comics on the racks, recently raised their cover price from $2.25 to $2.50, although the $2.49 Archie Digest still remain the best value in comics, making us at Comicology wonder why Marvel and DC don't follow Archie Comics' printing strategy. Cheaper paper, less color, lower price. The economy has not affected the comic industry that much because they're showing up at the comic convention in limos. The new economy has even been affecting evildoers, animated evildoers. Right here we have the Unemployed Skeletor. Skeletor, what's it like? Are you on unemployment in Eternia?
They don't allow unemployment for evil overlords, some glitch in the system. But so I just survive on boxes of macaroni and cheese. It goes well.
That's how you're making ends meet?
I'm not making any ends meet.
You're not making any
You have
ends
meat? I have not eaten meat in so long. If you have any, I will take it.
Well, Skeletor, I will take you over and buy you an $18 hot dog here at the convention.
That's pretty cheap, right?
Just to try
I'm
and put some
sarcastic.
meat on your bones.
Well,
Actually, you look like you're doing all right there, Skeletor.
Actually, time out. This is actually molecular structure. When I came to your planet, it shifted, and if you hit me, I'm rock solid. Yeah, I wouldn't feel a thing.
Oh, it's all muscle.
You just hit me right there. I won't feel it.
All right. It's okay, big guy. It's okay.
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good. See, I didn't feel that.
So, what do you think of the stimulus package? Do you think that'll help you in any way?
Well, it's a cool word. Stimulus.
Yes,
Ooh,
it is.
What does it mean?
How about the economic recovery? Do you suppose that'll help you in any way?
I would hope so eventually, but that being said, I don't hope a lot because that's supposed to be a good thing.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna sink in my misery, and maybe one day they'll knock on my door and say, "Hey, we can't figure it out. Do you want to take a shot at it?" Okay.
And you'll become an evil overlord.
Finally, right? It's overdue.
Gotcha. And one final question, Skeletor.
Yeah.
Based on your economic status, would you be a Republican or a Democrat?
John McCain kind of reminded me of my daddy, so I'm going to go with that guy.
Proving once again, Republicans are evil.
There you go. See you later.
Here for the New York Comic Con, talking about the economy with the Unemployed Skeletor. We'll be right back.
Come up to 11. Right, boys,